Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headache stack. Restlessness to hell and back.
Have you ever seen an OPPO phone that actually comes with a built-in fan? Well, today we're unboxing the all-new K15 Pro Plus. And yes, it features an active cooling fan right inside the device. A quick shout out to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Maiky from Maiky. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our exciting tech content. Starting with the box contents, the charger immediately stands out. It delivers a powerful 100-watt output with an 11-volt 9.1 amp high current setup, and it uses a USB-A port. Right away, you can tell this phone is built with performance in mind. Taking a look at the design, it follows the current trend with a large angle aesthetic, a flat display, and a sturdy metal frame. On the top bezel, you'll notice the speaker grills, while the side profile is far more intricate than your average smartphone. You've got the power button, volume controls, and even ventilation openings built into the frame. It's not the slimmest phone from the side, but interestingly, the camera module stays quite low profile. Now flip it over, and the back design really grabs attention. Officially called the Cyberwing design, it leans heavily into a cyberpunk vibe. There are diagonal textures, abstract detailing, 4 visible screws, and multiple cutouts, including 2 for the camera lenses, a fill light, and a dedicated vent for the cooling fan. Unlike most gaming phones that rely on continuous airflow across the entire device, this fan is placed in a compact section between the camera module and the back edge. Instead of blowing directly onto the CPU, it channels air toward the heatsink fins, similar to how cooling works inside a PC case. Moving to the front, the display is bright with an impressive screen-to-body ratio. The bezels are evenly balanced on all sides, giving it a clean and comfortable look when viewed head-on. The performance specs are displayed right on the screen, but the real highlight here is the cooling system. There are actually 2 separate systems at play. One controls the fan itself, and the other handles the ambient lighting. Let's power up the fan first. As soon as it starts, you're greeted with a really satisfying startup sound. The fan speed adjusts intelligently depending on usage, but you can also crank it up manually to its maximum level. You even have the option to set it to activate automatically in certain situations, like when you're gaming or using the phone outdoors at high brightness. On top of that, the sound effects are customizable too. When the cooling system is active, air is pulled in near the camera area and pushed out through the side vents. The airflow is surprisingly strong, and if you look closely at the ventilation openings, you can really see how much air is moving through the device. Now, with a design this open, you might be wondering about water resistance. But here's the twist. We're actually going to test it underwater. And yes, it genuinely earns the title of a water-cooled smartphone. Beyond cooling, the phone also features ambient RGB lighting. You can choose from static colors, gradients, and a variety of lighting effects, all fully customizable. It adds that extra gaming aesthetic and enhances the overall experience. All right, with all that covered, it's time to put this active cooling system to the test and see how it performs in real-world usage. K15 Pro Plus comes powered by MediaTek's latest Dimensity 9500S chipset. Looking at the benchmark results, the scores land right where you'd expect for a chip in this class, with a single-core score of 26,880 and a multi-core score of 8,362. Overall performance feels solid and consistent. What's interesting, though, is the GPU side of things. Traditionally, this has been a strong area for Snapdragon processors, but here the GPU performance really steps up, clearly surpassing the 5th-gen Snapdragon 8 Elite, and even going head-to-head with the Snapdragon 8 Elite in certain tests. On Antutu V11, the overall score sits very close to the 5th-gen Snapdragon 8 Elite as well. Now let's move on to real-world gaming, which is where things get more exciting. With the cooling fan running the entire time, we tested 30 minutes of Honor of Kings. The phone delivered an average frame rate of 120.2 FPS with power consumption at 3.14 watts and temperatures staying around 39.4 and 39.9 degrees Celsius. That's a really solid result. Next up, we tried Genshin Impact under a medium load, again with the fan turned on. Over a 30-minute session, the game maintained a steady 60.1 FPS. Power consumption came in at 4.14 watts, while temperatures hovered around 40.5 and 40.2 degrees Celsius, which is quite stable for a game like this. For a more demanding scenario, we tested Iron Man under medium load, running 2 rounds, one without the fan and one with it. Without the fan, after 30 minutes, the average frame rate was 51.6 FPS, with power consumption at 6.86 watts and temperatures reaching 49.2 degrees on both the front and back. Then we turned the fan on and repeated the test. This time, the average frame rate improved to 57.8 FPS and power consumption increased slightly to 7.52 watts. However, temperatures dropped to around 47.8 and 48.2 degrees. So while it does use a bit more power, you get noticeably better performance and cooler operation. Over longer gaming sessions, this advantage becomes even more apparent. This phone also introduces a dedicated Linksy button on the side. With a double press, you can trigger different functions like launching the game assistant, instantly turning on the cooling fan, or activating lighting effects. When you're gaming in landscape mode, it becomes even more useful, letting you take screenshots or start screen recordings with a single press. The button itself is highly customizable. You can adjust the pressure sensitivity, as well as the vibration and feedback strength. Honestly, this feature feels very similar to what you'd find on dedicated gaming phones. In shooting games, for example, you can use your thumb to control the camera while using the side button to fire, freeing up more screen space. You can also set different input styles like press to activate or long press actions. At this point, it really makes you wonder. OPPO says this isn't a gaming phone, but it sure feels like one. Finally, let's talk about battery life. The K15 Pro Plus packs a massive 8,000 mAh battery along with 100-watt Super VOOC fast charging. In real-world testing, the phone reached a full charge in about 62 minutes, with the final trickle charge completing at around 1 hour and 5 minutes. The peak charging power hit 82 watts. In a standard 5-test battery scenario, it still had 70% battery remaining, which is a strong result. Overall, the K series takes a very different approach to cooling compared to traditional gaming phones like the Red Magic gaming phones lineup. Instead of using a full continuous airflow system, it focuses on a smaller, targeted cooling area. If you enjoy the polished experience of ColorOS and want a phone that can stay cool during long gaming sessions, this device is definitely worth checking out. These are just my first impressions for now. A full in-depth review is coming soon, so make sure you stay tuned to the channel.